Hey there, I'm Jordan Maley, and I want to welcome you to our live webinar on our 4-step online prospecting and team building blueprint. I'm here with my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider. We are the MLM Boss Babes, and we help driven network marketers with the simple daily strategies to grow your business quickly online without confusion and overwhelm. We are so incredibly excited that you've made the decision to join us here on this webinar. We want this to be a fun and interactive webinar, so we're going to do our best to leave the chat box open. So as you're coming on to the webinar, we would love for you to type into the chat box, say hello, tell us your name, let us know where you're tuning in from. Just type into the chat box and say hi as you're coming on. We'd love for you to introduce yourself. And as long as we don't have any off-topic conversations going on in the chat, we're going to be able to keep this open. If it does get distracting, we'll have to turn it off, but we'd like to leave it open. So today, you're going to discover the simple routine we use to create a 6-figure business that can help you enroll people every week and build a huge team online without bugging friends and family. We want to encourage you to ask questions during the webinar, and we're going to come back to them during the Q&A at the end. We've got an incredible amount of material for you. So before we begin, though, let us show you how to get the most out of our time here together today.
Hey guys, I'm Kathy Schneider, and like Jordan said, we are so excited to have you here with us. Believe me, we know how tempting it can be to multitask when you're on a webinar. I mean, hey, we've all done it, right? But we want to ask for your full attention over the next hour, and in return, we are going to promise to bring you our best stuff that we have, and we want to leave you feeling inspired, energized, and prepared to take action when we're done here today, okay? So if you would, close out those extra browser windows, email, Facebook, whatever else you may have open on your computer, silence that cell phone, or if you can, set it in another room, then introduce yourself as you come on. Let us know where you are, where you're from, and ask questions as you have them. And then like Jordan said, we'll come back to those. And just commit to giving yourself this time to focus and learn some incredible strategies that are going to help you grow your business.
Absolutely. All right. So hey there, Sandra and Bethany, Dale, Christina, Courtney, Destiny, Kalista, Ashley, Tiffany, Sheila. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Tiffany, Tara, I see everyone coming in. So welcome, welcome. Let's jump in and get going. So tell me, have you been trying to build your network marketing business online? Have you been happy with the results that you're getting? Do you feel like you're earning the income you want to be earning? Is your business growing as quickly as you want it to? If the answer is no, then what do you think is holding you back? We want you to know you're in the right place if you want to build a huge team online without bugging your friends and family. If you want to easily find an endless supply of people to talk to be able to say all the right things that make them instantly want to know more about what you're doing, and if you want to be able to help your interested prospects get past their objections and make a commitment to buy your products or join your team without feeling pushy.
We get it, because that's exactly what we wanted too. But there were 3 major obstacles that stopped us in our tracks. We'd burned through our warm market, and we're official members of the NFL, that No Friends Left Club. We had no one to talk to about our business. And when we did occasionally find someone who was interested, we didn't know what to say to them to get them actually to make a commitment. We were overwhelmed. We were confused. I mean, all that noise out there about how to build our business online, we were looking for simple, and we kept finding complicated. Well, what about you? If you've ever felt any of those things, we want to assure you, you are in the right place.
So imagine waking up each day 100% clear about what actions to take in your business to get results. Imagine feeling 100% confident in your ability to find people to talk to, make connections, and help them enroll in your business. And I'd like you to go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box if you're ready to really get momentum and traction in your business and master how to be a total prospecting and team building rock star. Go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box if that sounds good to you. And we want to make sure you stay on with us until the very end of the webinar because we have a special bonus we've created just for those of you who are here live with us and stay on with us until the very end. All right, see lots of ones coming in. That's awesome. In just a few minutes, we're going to share a simple strategy that we use to help you find interested, highly targeted prospects for your business on Facebook. But there's actually 3 strategies that we use in our business. We just don't have time to go into them all on the webinar and also cover the other steps, okay? So what we decided to do is put together a special 20-minute bonus video where we not only share all 3 strategies, but we actually walk you through the process and show you how to find them, how to implement those strategies inside of Facebook. And we're going to send that video out to everyone who's still on the webinar when we get done here today.
Now, this webinar is going to be jam-packed with simple strategies that'll leave you walking away feeling empowered to take action in your business online and with clarity and with confidence. So if you kind of, feel like your attempts to build a business online have been a series of false starts and maybe a few missteps, if you felt overwhelmed and confused by all the information and even the misinformation that's out there, if you've ever thrown your hands up and you're just like, oh, maybe this business just isn't for me. Well, we want you to know it doesn't have to be this way. You see, there is a system for building a successful network marketing business online. There's a science to it. It's not something that's just going to happen by chance. And that's actually a good thing because it means anyone can build a successful network marketing business online if they simply learn the blueprint and then apply it. And we're going to share that 4-step blueprint with you tonight.
And we can share these steps with confidence because they are the exact same steps we've used for years to personally enroll over 500 people and build teams that exceed $1 million in sales volume.
I first became involved in network marketing in the late 90s, but it took several companies before I found the perfect match. And in 2004, I made the decision to really get serious. And I think that was really the key. I was taught, buy a lot of leads, make a lot of dials. And if you work enough numbers, you'll enroll people into your business. Well, that's what I did. And by the end of that year, I personally enrolled a total of 50 people into my business. So in 2005, I sponsored 67, but I was getting little to no traction, no team growth, no duplication, because the only system I had was to work big numbers. And most people, well, they just weren't willing to do that.
I became one of those 67 people when I made the decision to start my business in April of 2005. I was a senior in high school. It was just a few weeks before prom. And from the very beginning, I plugged into what my mom was doing and I learned how to call leads that we bought online. She explained to me that it was a numbers game. So I would sit at my desk, I would call 60, 70 people a day, 5 days a week, and I enrolled over 25 people in my first 6 months. But like my mom, I wasn't getting any traction either. And most of my team members, maybe you can relate to this, they weren't doing anything at all. And some days it felt like they were quitting faster than I could bring them in.
And it was about this time when I had a big aha moment. I mean, I can still remember it so clearly. I was sponsoring, but we were getting little to no duplication. And I couldn't figure out why. I mean, the people on my team, these were not just names on a report. They had become my friends, and I knew I had to figure out a way to help them create success in their business. Well, I found a CD on my bookshelf. The title of it was The Simple Art of Duplication. And I thought, this has got to be it. It actually had come free with a book that I'd purchased, but I'd never listened to it. Well, as soon as my 2 little ones, Clayton and Paige, went down for their nap, I sat down and I listened again and again. I took pages of notes. I thought, you know what? This is why. This is why our business isn't growing. Although we were enrolling people into our business weekly, there was no simple system to it. I'd found the solution to the problem. And I mean, we became obsessed with putting together a step-by-step system that anyone on our team could duplicate.
It took a few months of tweaking, but we got really serious about figuring out the exact step-by-step system that will allow someone to enroll people every week and build a huge team online without bugging their friends and family, because that's what our team was telling us they wanted. We knew most people wouldn't make 60 to 70 dials a day. And I mean, hey, let's be honest, we didn't want to keep doing that either. It was exhausting. We were really getting burned out. So we needed to have a system in place that made it easier to talk to less people while still enrolling more. It needed to be something that anyone can do, whether they were brand new or they'd been on the team for years, which meant that it needed to be simple, it needed to be fun, and it needed to work. And that's how the 4-step online prospecting and team building blueprint was born.
In 2005, our team volume was around 150,000, and it jumped to almost 600,000 in 2006, and then the next year, we exceeded 1 million. Having a turnkey system, it was key to duplication, which was key to growth.
Within 3 years, I was speaking on stage in Las Vegas as the youngest consultant in the company to hold a leadership position.
And not only were Jordan and I 2 of the top enrollers in our company every year, but even better, our team took most of the top 10 enroller spots each year as well, and won the award for the fastest growing team in the company 5 years in a row.
Today, 55% of the consultants on our team have Rank Advanced at least once, and more than a quarter of them have Rank Advanced through the pay plan multiple times. And even more importantly, though, and you're going to love this, 75% of the people on our team receive a check every single month from corporate. And we all know what that means, right? When people are making money, they don't quit.
And we've done all this completely online. I mean, this is without meetings or home parties or, no bugging our friends and family, which means we can literally work our business from anywhere. And thanks to this 4-step simple routine that we use ourselves and that we teach our team to use as well, we can travel, we can spend time with family, we can schedule our business around our life, and we can really make time for those things that are important to us. And we want you to just stop for a minute and think about what that kind of lifestyle will look like for you. What does complete and total freedom look like for you? It's possible with a step-by-step system that we're going to share. So if you would, drop a 2 in the chat if you're just a little excited maybe about learning this system today.
All right, so we know you're excited, so let's jump in and get started. What do you think is the key determining factor for building a full-time income with your network marketing business? Starting to see those 2s roll in. I love it. So some of you may be thinking it's being with the right company or the right team. You may think it's having the right products or the right company tools or getting into a company at the right place or the right time, right? Maybe a little bit of luck. Well, while all of these things can be important, we believe that success or failure as a network marketer comes down to one key thing, and that is taking the right actions consistently over a long enough period of time to achieve success. It's kind of a boring answer, but it's the truth. Most people, they simply don't stay in consistent income-producing action long enough to achieve the results they're looking for. And if they are working their business consistently, too many simply don't know which actions are the right ones to create the best results.
Our 4-step online prospecting and team building blueprint is designed to help you take the right actions in the right order consistently to create real results in your business. Our easy to follow blueprint has 4 key components. Number 1, a strategy to build your belief and confidence and increase your motivation so that you can share your business fearlessly and consistently. Number 2, a steady supply of new people to share your products and business with. Number 3, a method for inviting people to take a look at your business that's simple and it makes them curious to learn more. And then number 4, a way to lead them to a commitment without feeling pushy. Our friend Tina, she took a portion of this formula from one of our trainings and she put it into action in her own business. We were so excited for her. We wanted to share her results. This is what Tina had to say. She said, just over a week ago, I was introduced to Kathy and Jordan's simple system, and I committed to working on it every day. At the end of the week, I had a huge list of people that I'd talk to about my business, more than I've ever had in 1 month even. But something really happened. It got really easy and it got me so fired up about my business. I just wanted to share that the simple systems work, so do them. How cool is that, right? And we can't wait to see Tina's results play out even bigger as she continues to use the step-by-step blueprint in her business. Well, today we're going to talk about all 4 steps in the formula, and we're going to give you practical, actionable information that you can actually use to immediately start getting results in your business, just like Tina's done. So let's jump in to step number 1.
The first thing you need in your blueprint is a daily strategy to build your belief and confidence and to help you stay motivated and stay consistent in action until you see the results that you want. And the way you're going to do that is through a simple morning routine. And I know that's probably not what you're expecting here, but here's the thing. 95% of your success in network marketing comes down to what's going on between your ears. So think about it. How are you going to share your business if you don't have the confidence to get out of your comfort zone? What good is the perfect script if you're too afraid to use it? And how much value will you get out of a simple daily routine without the motivation to say no to distractions and work your business consistently? Years ago, we learned a powerful principle that's attributed to our success more than any fancy prospecting strategy, closing script, or formula ever has. And that is, your network marketing business will only grow as fast as you do. The reality is, in order to succeed in this business, you're going to have to grow a lot. When I first started in this business, I was a shy 18-year-old who was terrified to talk to anyone I didn't know, and even more terrified to talk to anyone I actually did know. When I joined my business, I might as well have joined the Secret Service because I did not want to tell anyone about it. And I can honestly say, without the pieces of this morning routine that we're about to share, I would have never made it in network marketing. But in 2008, just a few years after starting my business, I picked up a book and shared the strategies in this morning routine. This book did. And they weren't laid out in the exact same way, but I became obsessed with practicing these strategies every day. And as a result, my confidence grew. I learned how to love getting out of my comfort zone, and my motivation to work my business consistently was higher than ever before. Within 11 months, I became the youngest person to promote to a leadership rank within our company, and I was asked to speak on stage at our next international convention and share how these strategies had shaped my success. We see it happen over and over and over again. Someone starts their business, they're full of excitement, they've got hope and dreams, and then at the first sign of adversity, they're gone. You know, they may not totally quit, but they do totally disengage. And nothing makes me more sad because this could so easily be avoided. The pieces of this morning routine are going to arm you to overcome and withstand any adversity you encounter in your business. And that adversity, it will come, I promise you. They're going to help you remember why you started, where you're going. They're going to help build your confidence in yourself and in your business model. They're going to help you overcome any limiting or negative thought patterns, like that fear of rejection or that fear of what other people think, those things that might be holding you back. And they're going to help you begin each and every day with clarity and focus and give you the motivation to take action so you can be consistent and build your business online quickly. Now, I can hear you already, but I'm just not a morning person, right? And that's okay because most people aren't. And, you know, we're not going to tell you to get up an extra hour early. We're not even going to ask you to get up an extra half hour early. All we're asking for is 20 minutes. 20 minutes every morning to transform your business and your life. You think you can do that? I know you can do it. So let's break it down and show you what this looks like.
Okay, for the first 2 minutes, you're going to focus on your goals. We recommend focusing on one 30-day goal, one 90-day goal, one 12-month goal, and one 5-year goal. Just write out a one-sentence statement for each goal. And then you can bullet out 2 to 3 benefits of achieving that goal. Like, what will you have? How will you feel? How will your average day look like once that goal has been achieved? What will be different from how things are now? Then for a couple of minutes each morning, simply read over these goal statements and bullet points to remind yourself why you started and where you're going. Then for the next 2 minutes, you're going to practice affirmations. You know, we talk to ourselves more than we talk to any other human being. It's true. The constant running conversation in our head It's a never-ending stream of questions, observations, and affirmations about who you are and where what you're doing and where you're going and where you've been. And when you're constantly telling yourself the stories of what you can or can't do, about what you've done or not done, or where you've been in the past, you're virtually guaranteeing that you'll stay stuck and you're locking yourself in your comfort zone forever. Your outer world is a direct reflection of your inner world. So the best way to create a better outer world is to change the inner dialogue that's happening in your head. And with practice, you'll be able to switch any negative thought to a positive one in the blink of an eye, almost automatically. So to begin creating more positive thought patterns, you're going to repeat 10 to 15 positive affirmations out loud and with emotion every single morning to start your day off on a positive note. You can start with something like this. I am so happy and grateful that, and then you just fill in the blank. Like, I am so happy and grateful that I am earning X dollars a month with ease. I have an unlimited supply of people to talk to. People are excited to learn more about what I do and want to work with me. I am confident in my skills as a network marketer. I act boldly even when I am afraid. And if you're looking for more affirmation examples, you can visit our MLM Boss Babes Facebook page. That's MLM Boss Babes. And we share a daily affirmation every morning. You can scroll through the Photos tab to find all the past daily affirmations, and then just check in each morning to get the new one for that day. Always speak your affirmations in personal, present tense, as if they are already happening in your life. And then we allow ourselves, you see, to think and dwell on negative thoughts. When we do this, we are affirming that negativity in our life. So learning how to control and change this inner dialogue, it's one of the essential network marketing strategies that you can learn to let go of fear, get out of your comfort zone, and just make building your business simple and fun.
Absolutely. So I got a couple of questions over here I just want to address real quickly. For those of you that are on live, yes, you will be getting a recording here in a little bit. So you can go back through and take notes. We still encourage you to stay on through the webinar so you get that free bonus video, but you will get access to a recording so you can go back through and take notes. And that way, if you're not getting a clear recording here or a clear picture, that recording will be clear for you. So you'll be able, if you're missing anything, you can go back and listen. So let's move on. All right. So for the next 4 minutes, you are going to practice visualization. So this is truly one of the most powerful things you can do to improve your confidence, to improve your belief, your motivation, to help you reach your goals more quickly in really virtually every area of your life, okay? So I've used this to hit rank advancements in my company. I've used it to qualify for free cruises and incentives, to earn medals in competitions with my horses. I've used it really just to hit these crazy big goals even faster than I planned to. I mean, it's incredible how powerful this strategy can be in helping you get anything you want in life, all right? So you want to spend at least 4 minutes every single day visualizing the life you want. The more clarity and emotion and specificity that you bring to this practice, the more powerful it's going to be. So you want to start by choosing 10 to 15 pictures that inspire and motivate you. And if you're, places that you want to travel, the homes that you want to live in, the photos that represent money in your bank account and time with your family and all the ways that your business allows you to give back, okay? And if you're looking for a really good place to start, I want you to begin with just those benefits that you wrote down next to your goal statements. So you can print out these photos and you can put them on a vision board. You can save them to an album on your phone. You can create a collage and put it on the home screen of your phone or on your computer. You can even combine your visualization pictures with your affirmation statements, put them to music and a vision video. So, I mean, basically you can keep it as simple or make it as fancy as you want to. But what I want you to do is commit to spending 4 minutes every day looking at the images that inspire you. And as you look, visualize, imagine, feel the emotions, smell the smells, hear the sounds. This is going to activate your subconscious mind. It's going to put it to work and it's going to bring those things into your life. So one of my favorite quotes of all time is by Paul J. Meyer, and it reads, "Whatever you vividly imagine ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. And the first three components of your morning routine, those goals, affirmations, visualization, they are the embodiment of that quote.
Now, we've only covered 8 minutes so far, and there are 2 more steps that you'll want to make sure you include in your 20-minute morning routine. Each day, you're going to want to spend a minimum of 10 minutes in personal development. And that is feeding your mind with the books and audios that will help you develop the mindset, beliefs, and thought patterns for success. Now, we'll be the first to admit, when life gets busy, daily personal development is the first business building activity that we let slide. At least that's how it used to be before we recognized how vital this daily practice is to our long-term success. Now, if we could share just one of the many network marketing strategies with every network marketer in the world and truly have them understand it and then begin implementing it actually into their daily business routine, this would be the one that we would choose. Because the bottom line is, your commitment to daily personal development, it will make or break your network marketing career. No exceptions, hands down, okay? So important. People overlook this strategy because it's not flashy, it's not exciting, and I can hear all you type A overachievers maybe even groaning a little bit because, you know, personal development, it doesn't feel like an income producing activity. But the reality is, in network marketing, you must slow down if you want to go faster. And that includes slowing down enough to spend a minimum of 10 minutes a day in personal development. We actually personally practice and recommend even 30 minutes a day. But if you're working to establish this habit, you know, it's all new to you, then we're going to recommend you start with 10 minutes. I mean, anyone can find 10 minutes. Doesn't matter how busy your life might be. Okay, now for the last 2 minutes of your morning routine, you want to focus on gratitude. Oh, I love this one. You know, the only way you'll ever get more in life is if you practice being grateful for what you already have. We recommend picking up a spiral notebook. Just take a couple of minutes each morning to jot down a few things that you're grateful for. And as you can see, your entire morning routine, as we laid it out here, it's 20 minutes. Not a big deal. It's 20 minutes a day. And once you're consistently starting your day on a positive note and taking 20 minutes each morning to get your mind right, then you're going to be ready to jump into the income producing activities, or we refer to these as IPAs. And these are what lead to a 6-figure income in network marketing. Okay, can you believe we've only covered one of the 4 steps in the online prospecting and team building blueprint so far? 1 of 4. Drop a 3 in the chat if you've learned anything that you think might help you with your business. Drop a 3 in the chat if there's anything. We like to know you're out there. It helps us to feel like we're not just talking to ourselves. So do that for us.
Absolutely. Yes. So why did we include the morning routine first? All right, already seeing the 3s. Love it.
Oh, okay.
There they are. We included the morning routine first because honestly, we believe that without the right mindset, the skill sets that we teach you, which are coming next, they don't matter. But with the right mindset, you will stay motivated and inspired enough to remain in consistent action no matter what obstacles or setbacks you encounter. So you're still going to get knocked down, okay? That's just part of being an entrepreneur. You might want to write that in your notes. You're still going to get knocked down. But with this morning routine, you're going to get back up 10 times faster than other people. You're going to feel more motivated, more courageous, more focused than ever before. And then once your head's in the right place, it's time to get to work. And there is a tried and true old school network marketing principle that kind of got lost in the shuffle when people started trying to build their business online. And it's one of the most important income producing activities you can take in your business, which is why it is step number 2 in our 4-step online prospecting and team building blueprint.
Okay, guys, in network marketing, we get paid to market to our network. In other words, we get paid to promote and sell our products, or maybe you have a service, and then your opportunity to the people we know and the people we meet. Okay. But when someone joins a network marketing company, they understand that they're going to need to learn how to market how to promote and sell their products, services, and opportunity effectively. I mean, that we know that. We know we're going to have to learn to market. But for some reason, we think that the network that we have is the network that we're stuck with. And that's not true. And the thing is, I don't have enough people. That is the number one, I mean, that's the most common objection used both before and after people join a network marketing company. And guess what? Not talking to enough people is the number one reason why most network marketers fail. We don't want that to be you. And that's why step number 2 in our prospecting and team building blueprint is to grow and cultivate your network. So if you've ever found yourself, staring at the computer screen, or maybe it's your phone, your stomach's churning, you maybe got a lump in your throat, you're trying to psych yourself up to reach out to more people about your business, you are going to love this step. There is nothing worse than knowing you need to reach out to more people, but feeling like you've run out of names. You feel stuck. I mean, it's not fun. Well, wouldn't it make sense to learn how to network? Wouldn't it be nice to never have to worry about running out of names ever again? According to dictionary.com, to network means to form and develop relationships with people who can be helpful to you professionally. And there are tons of ways to meet people, but by far the simplest and the most cost-effective and efficient way to do this is through Facebook. Now, in the early days of network marketing, people spent a lot of time and a lot of money too, working to grow their network. But because of social media, we now have millions of people waiting for us on the other side of our computer screens, if we know how to find them and we know how to connect with them.
All right, so let's talk about what this looks like. First, I'd like you to type into the chat box what product niche your company is in. So don't give your company name, but let us know. Are you in health and wellness? Are you in weight loss, skincare, makeup? So go ahead and type that in. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you why this is important. You're going to want to connect with 5 to 7 groups and pages where your ideal prospect is already hanging out. Okay? So I see skincare, health and wellness, fashion, clothing, makeup, skincare, books, clothing. Man, we got lots of clothing on today. Children's books, health and wellness. All right. So health and wellness. If you're in health and wellness, join some fitness or healthy living groups. For those of you that are in makeup or skincare company, join some beauty groups. Those of you that are in jewelry or clothing, join some fashion or style groups. If you're in children's books, we see that a lot. Join some groups where moms are hanging out, okay? Or teachers are hanging out. So we also want you to look for groups. In addition to these, we want you to look for groups where other network marketers are already hanging out, okay? So like, for example, our MLM Freedom community. That's a great example. And I know a lot of you are already members in there. Or think about groups where other entrepreneurs are hanging out, okay? Think about also your hobbies, the things that you're interested in, the things that your ideal prospect is already interested in. And this can be business related, it can be product related, or it can even just be lifestyle related, okay? Now, Facebook was designed as a way for people to connect, okay? And today, people use groups and pages to make new friends and connect with others who share similar interests. Your job is simply to use the groups for what they're intended, okay? And that is socializing. You want to jump in and make posts of your own. You want to comment and reply to other people's posts. You want to join in the conversation. It's easy. And when you pick groups that align with your own interests, it's also really fun. So as you connect with new people through the posts and comments, connect with them further by sending a friend request and sending them a private message. So if you make a post of your own, you can send a friend request to each person who comments on your post. And if someone new joins a group that you're already in and creates a post to introduce themselves, you can comment on their post and then back that up with a friend request, okay? And then when you send a friend request and a private message, and this is important, okay? When you send that friend request and that private message, do not promote or even mention your business, okay? Just say hello. Use the conversation as an opportunity to make a new friend. And if you're wondering what the heck you should talk about or how to start a conversation, remember the FORM acronym: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Hey, Mary, do you have any kids? What do you do for a living? What do you like to do for fun? And remember, it's a conversation, not an interrogation. So be conversational. You don't want to ask all those questions at once. Those are just examples. But focus on making new friends. Each new Facebook friend is a lead for your business, okay? A lead is someone you've never reached out to about your business yet. You may never reach out to them. A lead is a name on a list who has given little to no indication that they're interested in your products or your business. Each new friend you add on Facebook is a lead, but they're not yet a prospect. Okay, a prospect is someone who has indicated an interest and they might be a good fit and they've agreed to take a look. And we're going to talk about that more in the following steps. But these people are just leads, okay? And that's why you don't want to talk about your business. Now, as you talk to people though, be listening to see if they mention a need your product or business can fill. So become an expert listener. Most people, they either want more time, more money, more flexibility, or they want a combination of all three, right? So make note of your conversations because you're going to need those notes for the next step in the blueprint. Now, I remember when I first started using this strategy on Facebook, I didn't believe it could be this easy. It felt very overwhelming to me, and I really overcomplicated it big time, okay? But I stuck with it. And within just a week or two, it became natural. And now I just comment and engage in my favorite groups and pages throughout the day. I add friends. You know, it took some time, though, of being really intentional with this for it to become a habit, for it to be something that I just naturally do. So if it feels awkward and weird to you at first, I want to encourage you to stick with it because before long, growing your network this way, it's going to start to feel just like a natural extension of how you're already using Facebook every day. And it's actually really fun.
So before we move on, let's take a minute to talk about where you might get stuck here, okay? I know I used to feel like spending 30 minutes a day growing and cultivating my network on Facebook. I was like, what a waste of time. I just did not see it as an income producing activity. I saw it as mindless chatter without any real purpose. I thought, what's the deal? I just don't understand. Well, I was wrong. And now, I view it as one of the most important steps in my daily business routine. Most people, they get stuck when they're inviting people to take a look at their business because they're constantly inviting the same people over and over and over again. And I know this because I used to sit at my computer and I would just waste time, just staring blankly at the screen, feeling like I was failing because I literally couldn't think of a single person to reach out to that day. Well, daily networking, it solves this problem. I now wake up every morning. I'm confident. I'm empowered. It's like I always know I'm going to have an endless supply of people to reach out to because I am adding new names to my list every single day. And so if you want this to work for you, slow down and take the time to engage with posts and comments in your groups and on the pages that you follow, because not everyone that you send a friend request is going, they're not all going to accept it. So if you want to add 5 new names to your list each day, you're likely going to have to send out more friend requests than that. So we recommend that you break it up into a couple of sessions. Don't send more than maybe 5 friend requests back to back. It's even better if you can send a friend request, wait 2 to 3 minutes, then send another, because the last thing we want is for you to end up in Facebook jail. But if you'll just slow down and take the time to do this properly, you'll never have anything to worry about. I've never been in Facebook jail, so I don't say that to scare you at all. Jordan's never been there either. So, there are times when my friends list, it'll grow by 10 or 15 people in a single day, sometimes even more. And I've never, like I say, never been in Facebook jail because I take my time and I just add people naturally as an extension of how we're already interacting on Facebook anyway. The thing is, Facebook wants you to make friends if you do it the right way.
In fact, take a look at this message I got the other day from Facebook. It popped up in my news feed. I met every single one of these friends using the method I just shared. And this actually came to me, it was several weeks ago now, back in the middle of June. So it wasn't even the end of June. This was kind of in the middle of a month. And I just was meeting and interacting with people through groups and pages. I would connect with them personally, send them a friend request. So yes, Facebook jail, you want to be aware of it, but you don't need to stress over it if you do it right. because Facebook wants us to make new friends. They think it's something to celebrate, okay? So let's move on. We would like you to write down the following formula on a sheet of paper, okay? 14 with the little arrow to the number 3 equals 1. And by the time we're done here today, you're going to understand exactly what that formula means, how it works to help you enroll at least one person into your business every single week. So if that sounds good to you, hang in here with us. I see a question over here asking, how long did it take us to see results from this networking? I think the next couple of steps are going to help answer that question for you. If you still have that question at the end, ask it again, and we'll talk about it some more during the Q&A. But I think these next few steps are going to help answer that for you. So let's jump in and get going. Step 3 in the online prospecting and team building blueprint is inviting, okay? But more specifically, it is inviting 14 people who know, like, and trust you to take a look at your products or your business each week. Now, before we go into what this is, let's talk about what it is not, okay? This is not sending 14 scripted messages to random people on your friends list every week. That is spam. Nobody likes it, right? I hate it when people do that to me. I'm sure you hate it when people do it to you. We see a lot of network marketers out there teaching people to reach out to hundreds of people about their business every month, sending these scripted spammy messages to everyone on their friends list. And then when you run out of friends, what do they tell you to do? Oh, no big deal. Just go back through your list again, run back through it. Send the same message again to everyone who didn't respond the first time. This process is kind of like cold calling, okay? It works, but it takes hundreds of reach outs month after month after month. And it takes a pretty thick skin to get past all the rejection and the non-responses you're going to receive. And it instantly turns a lot of people off too, because they think if they join you, they're going to have to do that to their Facebook friends too. So why do we know this? We know this because we used to do it, okay? It's a little confession we'll make to you guys. This is what we were taught to do. And because of that, we felt like it must be the right thing to do, right? But the problem was we very quickly ran through that list of people we know well and talk to frequently. And so within just a matter of weeks, we were reaching out to people we hardly knew at all or hadn't talked to in years, telling them all about our bright and shiny new business, right? And guess what? They weren't interested, okay? So you can do that if you want, but if you'd rather get 10 times the response by reaching out to a fraction of the people and actually have fun and make new friends along the way instead of just alienating the friends you already have, then the strategy we're about to share is for you. So why was no one interested in our spammy messages? It was because we hadn't taken the time to be interested in them. So when building your business, it's really important to be more interested than interesting, okay? And on social media, the best way to show people you're interested in them is to engage and interact with their posts. Reach out to them through private message just to say hi, see how they're doing, just like you would in the real world. That's the networking step that we just covered. Then, if and when you do approach them about your business, they're going to be more open and interested in what you have to say because they already know, like, and trust you, and because you took the time to be interested in them. So by taking the time to network and cultivate your relationships, you can easily pick up on what they might need just through conversation, and then make a note and circle back to them a few days later and invite them to take a look at your product, your service, or your business.
Now remember, you're networking. You're sending friend requests and private messages to the 25 new people that you connect with each week, okay? So, but what you're doing out of those 25 new people, you're looking for 14 of those conversations that you can circle back and reach out to about your products and business. Or, maybe it's someone you met the week before or the week before. But the whole idea is you're looking for 14 conversations where you can circle back and reach out to about your products and business. So again, you don't need to reach out to everyone that you need about your products or business. And, we don't want you to. You've got to find the right people. Well, we have a great script for this that works really well. And I'm going to give you an example here. Hey, Mary, I was thinking about our conversation the other day, and I remember you mentioning that you wish you could stay home with your kids this summer. I recently started a new business that's allowed a lot of moms to leave their day job and stay home with their kids. It may not be for you, but I can tell we would have so much fun working together. And I just thought, I was wondering, if I sent you some information, would you be open to taking a look? Guys, this is such a simple, low pressure way to invite someone to take a look at your business. And it makes people want to know more because, see, your prospect, they're going to see it as a compliment. A, you were thinking about the conversation the other day. That's huge. And then B, you actually remembered what they said in that conversation. I mean, that just never happens, does it? So type a yes into the chat if this sounds like fun or, more fun than just sending out a ton of messages to the same people over and over and over and getting no responses. Like I said, we like to know you're out there. So type a yes in the chat if this sounds like fun. And you see instantly you've made the prospecting process. It's all about them. It's not about you. And like we've already talked about, people they're almost always thinking, what's in it for me? Well, making it about them, that is key. So yeah, I'm beginning to see all those yeses come in. We love that. Now, if you were visiting with them and they didn't express a specific need that your business can fix, you can still reach out to them about your product and they're interested in being a customer. I don't know about you guys, but I have a funny suspicion that I know exactly what you would say if I could talk to you. I strongly believe that not everyone needs to be a consultant in my company, but I do think that anyone and everyone can benefit from using our products. And I'm thinking that you probably feel the same way about your company. So you can reach out to your network about your products. But remember, you're making friends in groups and on pages where people are already predisposed to having an interest in what you have to offer. So if you make a new friend in a fitness group, why wouldn't they maybe be interested in learning more about your health and wellness product? If you're meeting someone in a beauty group, why wouldn't they be interested in learning more about your skincare products? You see how that works? But the same rule applies. Approach them about your products a couple of days after you've had a conversation with them, okay? A couple of days after is key. Don't just send a random message out of the blue to someone that you've never spoken to, and don't send it to an old friend that you've not talked to in years. It looks spammy. It doesn't just look spammy, it is spammy. And again, all you're doing is making it all about you. You've got to keep it all about them.
So the final step in the 4-step blueprint is one of the most important. And this is the step where really more than 90% of network marketers fall short. And it keeps them from converting their prospects into customers and team members. And it keeps them from enrolling people weekly into their business. So step 4 is follow up. Something I hear so often in our industry is, I can't get anyone to join my team. I can't convince people to buy my products. I can't get anyone to buy from me, right? We hear that a lot. Maybe you've said it. I know I've said it in the past. But one of the most important things that you can learn as a network marketer is the purpose of follow-up is to lead your prospect through the decision-making process until they arrive at the best decision for them. Your job as the professional is not to get your prospect to do anything, but rather to give them the information they need to make their right choice. It is so important to change your mindset on this, okay? The reason you feel pushy when you follow up with people is because you're focusing on what you can get rather than on what you can give, okay? Every day, whether you're looking at your list of leads to potentially invite to take a look, or you're looking at your list of prospects to follow up with about your business, your question should never be, who can I get to buy or sign up today? But it should always be, who can I help today? Okay? So studies show that 80% of the time it's going to take 5 to 12 exposures for a prospect to make a decision about whether or not to buy your products or join your team. And yet those same studies also show only 10% of people follow up more than 3 times, okay? So if you're following up less than 5 to 12 times, though, you're not maximizing your prospecting efforts. You're leaving people on the table, you're leaving money on the table, because you're not enrolling as many customers and team members as you could be because you're not following up enough. So for this reason, it's very, very important to have a clear follow-up funnel in place. so you can lead your prospect by the hand through those 5 to 12 exposures until they're ready to make a decision. Now, 5 to 12 exposures, that does not mean sending 5 to 12 messages that say, do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? Do you have any questions yet? What about now? Do you have any questions yet? What about today? Are you ready to get started today? That's not an exposure, okay? An exposure is a step. It's a tool. It's going to give them more information, or it's going to give them a new take on information that they've already received. Now, our rule of thumb is to work from appointment to appointment. You're always moving the prospect to the next step in the process every 24 to 48 hours when possible. Now, of course, it's not always going to be possible, but that should be the goal, okay? Now, let me give you a really basic example of how this process works. You're going to love this. This is one of my favorite slides in the whole presentation. So Mary responds to your Facebook messages and she says, thanks, I'd love to hear more about it. And you reply, awesome. The first step is to take a look at our presentation video. If I sent you a link, would you take a look at it? Mary responds, sure. You say, okay, the presentation is about 15 minutes. When do you think you'll have a chance to watch it? Mary responds, I can watch it tonight after I get off work. You ever been stuck in limbo wondering if anybody's watched your presentation yet? That question fixes that problem. So you simply say, great, well, after you watch the video, you'll have some questions. I've got some time tomorrow during the lunch hour or tomorrow evening around 8 o'clock. Which one works best for me to give you a call and get your questions answered? And then when Mary agrees to a follow-up time, just confirm, ask for the best email address to send that presentation link to.
Oh my gosh, I just love that. I mean, do you see how that is professional and not pushy? If you can you see the difference in that, drop a 4 in the chat if you see that as being professional. I mean, I just love that. Absolutely love it. Aren't you excited about how simple this is? I mean, just makes me so excited for you guys. Okay, you see, you're the expert, not Mary. Mary has no idea what the process is for learning more about your product, service, or your business. It's not her job. It's your job. It's your job to tell Mary and then to lead her through that process step by step until she reaches the best decision for her. You're telling Mary, the presentation video is the next step. After you watch it, you'll have questions, and I'll be there to answer those questions for you. Then when you do make that follow-up call, you're simply following through on what you said you were going to do. You can ask what she liked best, answer any questions, and then you actually use those questions to direct her to the next step in the process. Maybe that's to try a product sample, to get into a private Facebook community, attend a virtual event, get on a 3-way call, maybe it's a 3-way message, whatever with your upline or whatever the next step is for you. And then you simply repeat the process for each next step. You're just going to move Mary very systematically through your follow-up funnel step by step until she makes a decision. Now the steps may change, but the way that you lead Mary through the process, it stays the same throughout the entire process. If you're leading with the product, you may not direct her to a presentation. Maybe your first step with a customer prospect is to give them a product sample, or maybe it's to invite them to a private Facebook community or a virtual event where they can learn more. Regardless, it can still take 5 to 12 exposures for someone to make a decision to even become your customer.
So exciting. I just love this whole process. It's so important. It's so powerful. Okay, guys, so do you remember this formula? If you are consistently inviting 14 people who know, like, and trust you to take a look at your business every week, and then you're following up with them using this process, inviting them to a presentation, following up with 5 to 12 more exposures, right? So if you're inviting them to that presentation, you can expect 3 of the 14 people you invite to say yes and actually watch your presentation. Only 3 out of 14, that's all you need. And then over time, as long as you're following up enough, you're doing those 5 to 12 exposures, you can expect 1 out of every 3 who views your presentation to join you in business, okay? And these are industry-wide numbers. It's a proven formula. And they may not join you that day. They might not even join you that week or that month. It's going to take a few weeks to fill your funnel. But if you work this system consistently for 90 days, you will be amazed at your results and at how easily you're enrolling people into your business each and every week. So just a quick overview. You might want to take a picture or a screenshot of this slide. This is the overview of the 4-step online prospecting and team building blueprint to help you enroll people every week. If you can have all the ingredients of every single one of these steps in order, which is not that hard to do, then you're going to be able to do what we've been able to do in our business, if not even better. Now, if you're someone who knows you want to build a big team online, you want to enroll people weekly, you want to help those who join you do the same thing, you might be wondering, how can I put the ingredients of these steps together and implement them in my business quickly and easily, right? And our question to you is, how would you like it if we could help you with that? If we could sit down, have a conversation, maybe multiple conversations about exactly how each of these steps should fit into your specific business to help you get results. So type a yes in the chat box if you think that would be pretty cool. If we could sit down and help you create that step-by-step business plan, even help you troubleshoot it along the way, and work with you just day in, day out in your business so that you and your team could finally have a step-by-step personalized blueprint for building your business. Wouldn't that be awesome? So go ahead. I see the yeses starting to come in. Yes, that's awesome. Love it. All right, so we're going to be honest. It took us months to work out the ingredients of these 4 steps and to decide how we were going to implement them into our business routine. And I don't know why you showed up here today, but we did have the opportunity to speak with several of you on the phone, and you said things like, I felt like you were reading my mind, or I feel like this is exactly what I've been needing. And that tells us that you're in the same place we were in. You're tired of trying to figure out how to put all the pieces of this business together so it's actually going to work for you. You're ready to really have a huge breakthrough and get to the next level, but you're just asking, does it really have to be this hard? And we'll be the first to admit it can be a struggle to build your business online. And it doesn't help that you often feel like you're doing it all by yourself. And now there's all these guru strategies out there and that new fancy Facebook ad that's, the latest, greatest secret popping up in your newsfeed every day. And you're just wondering, how do I cut through all the confusion and overwhelm and find the simple strategies to help me build my business online that actually work? So we already know you're driven, right? You wouldn't be spending this hour with us if you weren't driven. You're not looking for the easy way out. You're just looking for the way, right? And we've been exactly where you are. We were banging our head against the wall, trying to figure out how to build our business online. And we already shared, it was frustrating. It was embarrassing. We had done everything our upline told us to do, and it didn't matter. It wasn't working. And that's when we found a mentor, someone who had built a 6-figure business and who was willing to show us the simple steps they took to get there. And we were skeptical, but we knew that we had to make a decision. We could either continue to try to build our business using all these broken strategies that we were collecting from all these gurus out there that we found, or we could put on our blinders and follow the step-by-step simple system our mentor laid out for us. And we opted to go for the blinders. So fast forward just a little bit, and there we were on stage at our company convention, accepting the award for the fastest growing team in our company for the 5th year in a row. And the best part of that story is that you don't get to that spot by doing all the recruiting yourself, right? You get there by raising up leaders, by helping the people on your team enroll people, by helping them learn the simple strategies to reach their own goals, to change their own lives. So we took everything we learned and we put it together on this exclusive online training platform that was only available to the members of our personal team. And they proceeded to thank us by hogging all the spots on our company's top 10 recruiter list year after year after year. And we want to help you do the same thing. So up until now, the only way you could get access to our training platform was by being a member of our personal team. But then we started thinking, how many other network marketers are out there banging their head against the wall like we were? How many of them could we help if we took our system and enhanced it so it would work for any person in any company to help them cut through the confusion and the overwhelm and build the business of their dreams online? So that's what we decided to do. For the first time ever, we have taken our award-winning training platform, we stuck a white label on it, and we have made it available for anyone around the globe to use to build a huge team online without confusion and overwhelm. And we call it Freedom University.
We know you need a partner on your network marketing journey, and that's what we want to be for you through Freedom University. Inside the program, you'll get a community of people who are cheering for you to succeed. You'll get personalized coaching from Jordan and myself, and all of this will be backed by the proven training platform that we've been using in our personal team for years. The Freedom University training platform, it has 6 core modules and pages of videos, workbooks, cheat sheets, checklists. These are all designed to walk you by the hand as you build a huge team online, and it's going to give you everything that you need to finally get results. Our members love Freedom U. The feedback that we have received since launching the program has been phenomenal, and our members are experiencing breakthroughs in their business every day.
So we could sit here and spend the next 5 minutes telling you all the stuff you're going to get inside Freedom University, but we thought it might be a little more fun if we could actually show you. So we actually took some screenshots and we put them into this presentation so that we can kind of give you a live back office tour of inside the program. So as soon as you log in, you're going to be directed to the student lounge, and all you have to do from here is click on Freedom University at the top and off you go. Now first you're going to go through orientation. After you watch the welcome video and join our members-only Facebook group, you're going to be able to download your MLM Student Orientation Guide. And then we're going to show you how to set SMART goals that keep you motivated and inspired using the 4 W's of goal setting to help you build your business over the next 30, 60, and 90 days. We're going to give you fill-in-the-blank template to help you craft a compelling story that inspires people to join you regardless of your current results. We're going to share the simplest, most effective strategy we use to help you easily get your first customers and team members fast. And we share the system that we use to help you save time and stay organized so you always know who to reach out to and when to follow up so you can enroll more customers and team members while talking to less people. One of our members just told us last week after using this system, she said, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel," which was really cool to hear. So to wrap up orientation, we're going to help you set a simple 90-day action plan for your business so you can make new goals a reality fast. One of our Freedom U members, Brian Harden, he loved the orientation module, and he said, "I received a tremendous amount just from the orientation section of Freedom U. It makes so much difference when you write down your complete why, not just a short statement, a 3-page why. I won't give away the rest. This is just the beginning."
Now, MLM 101 module, it's all about plugging in and getting connected. This is the heart of our community where you're going to access our exclusive Freedom U Facebook group where you can network with other members, you can ask questions, and you'll never feel alone in your business. In addition to popping in on the Facebook group, Jordan and I will also be there to share tips and strategies, answer any questions that you have about your business in our real-time and it's weekly, real-time office hours live video sessions. Those things that then become very popular. You'll get new in-depth training each month on the most cutting-edge business strategies for growing your network and sharing your business, following up, enrolling, building a big team, really quickly in our monthly masterclass sessions, and these are available only to Freedom U University members. Now, we'll also have a book of the month where you'll have the opportunity to grow your mindset and your skill set while collaborating with Jordan, myself, and other university members through weekly discussions.
The MLM 102 module is all about your products and the network marketing industry. You're going to discover why not being a product expert can help your business grow faster and why this is good news for you and your growing team. You're going to learn how to share your products in a way that creates curiosity and has prospects coming to you, asking how they can buy what you have to offer. And you'll learn how to speak their language and learn what your potential customers care about and what they don't, so they keep coming back to buy from you again and again. Now, here is also where we provide resources to help you build your belief in the network marketing industry, to learn how to share your business model with clarity and confidence every single time.
In MLM 103 module, we're going to talk about all the ways that you get paid as a network marketer. You'll discover the 3 types of people that you need in your business. If you want to build a sustainable, ever-growing 6 or 7-figure team, you're going to learn the power of geometric progression and the value of your network marketing business and actually how it compares to other investment strategies. And finally, we're going to share why focusing on the ins and outs of your company's compensation plan it can actually slow your team's growth. But we're going to show you how to share your business with your prospects in a way that speaks their language. It's going to pique their interest, and it's actually going to make them want to partner with you without overwhelming them with all the facts and figures. One of our members, Kimberly, she said, I just want to let you know that you ladies rock. I'm an MLM 103 compensation plan part of the course, and y'all explain it so well. It's totally opened my eyes to just how big network marketing can be. Thanks so much for explaining it so well.
So if MLM 101 is the heart of Freedom University, MLM 201 is the muscle. And this is my favorite module. And this is where you're going to learn all the ins and outs about how you build your business day in and day out. So if you think the content in this webinar was valuable, just imagine that times 10, and that is MLM 201. So in this module, you're going to learn how to craft your perfect personalized morning routine with powerful affirmations and a custom vision video that motivates and inspires you to be consistent and stay in action to focus on your business every day, especially when you're really busy. You're going to discover all of our best strategies for how to quickly find an endless supply of highly targeted, interested prospects online every day for free. You'll have access to our personalized script books to help you know exactly what to say to move people quickly and easily from someone you just met to a qualified prospect and then to a customer or a business partner. Now, we also give you our simple fill-in-the-blank template to create your perfect follow-up funnel, including all the steps you should take every prospect through, how to easily combine email, social media, and all your company-specific tools to enroll people every week and build a huge team online without bugging friends and family. Now, another one of our Freedom U members, Jody, she had this to say about the MLM 201 module. She said, I love the simple checklist and the daily routine. Before this list, I was just stabbing at things in the dark, flying by the seat of my pants, praying something worked. Now I feel like I have a system to implement.
And finally, in Module 6, we're going to dive into leadership. You're going to get our How to Be a Good Sponsor checklist and learn exactly what you need to do with your new team members to get them started right in their first 24 hours. Then you're going to discover our 30-day fast action strategy to help your new team members get off to a fast start, get a paycheck their first month in business so they stay in and don't quit. You're going to access our monthly business plan coaching worksheet to help your team members set and achieve monthly income and enrollment goals, track their progress, and improve their results month after month. And then you're also going to learn our top strategies for how to build strong relationships and create a dynamic team culture, whether you have a team of 1 or 100.
So by now you're probably wondering about the price, and here's the thing. We spent some time trying to figure out exactly what we would charge for someone for personal coaching or to help you set your business up in this way, and we just couldn't come up with a number that felt authentic or real, because those just aren't things that we offer. You know, my mom and I, we are incredibly protective of our time, and we're sure that you can relate to this, because isn't that why we all chose network marketing in the first place, right? We value our time with our friends and our family above everything else. And so for that reason, we have only ever offered personalized coaching to people who are in our personal team inside our primary company. And we've had tons of people ask us for help over the years. And you know, we try to help. We're always happy to answer a quick email here and there. But up until now, if someone isn't on our personal team, we just refer them to the same courses and coaching and material that we've purchased and that we've learned from over the years. So getting personalized coaching from us, it just wasn't something that was possible. So instead, we decided to add up how much we've invested in our network marketing education and in our personal development over the years. And to be honest, we lost track at over $20,000. And that doesn't even count all the travel expenses, you know, that came from going to all the industry events that we've attended. So we don't have a fancy, flashy number for you telling you what it would cost you to get this anywhere else, because we don't offer this anywhere else. And all we can tell you is that we have spent upwards of $20,000 over the years to learn what we've learned, to know what we know, and that's what you're getting access to when you join us inside Freedom University. You're getting a partnership, okay? You're getting that all access pass into our brains, where we're gonna share exactly what's always worked, what's never worked, and what's working now inside our business, so you can skip all that wasted time and money and start getting results quickly. So let's break it down. You're getting complete 24/7 access to the online training platform we just showed you. Don't have a dollar amount to compare that to because we've never seen another one like it in the industry. What we can tell you is this is the same training platform we used to grow our business from 150,000 to over $1 million in less than 2 years. Now, in addition to that, you get our best, most up-to-date training on topics that matter to you and your business every month in our live masterclasses. And again, I don't know what that would be worth to you, but what we can tell you, some of the topics we're going to be covering, the first one coming up is a strategy that we use to triple our own personal sales in less than 30 days. And then one of the other topics we'll be covering is when we implemented this strategy, our current team grew by over 260% in less than 2 months. So those are just a couple of the masterclass topics coming up. But the best part is you don't just have access to us once a month. You know, as we teach you these strategies, you have access to us any day of the week inside our exclusive Student Lounge community, not only to post and ask questions as you think of them, but also to sit down and brainstorm with us, to ask your most important business building questions in real time every week in our live office hour video sessions. And again, I don't know what that'd be worth to you, but I can imagine how much more quickly our business would have grown if we had been able to ask those types of questions, receive that kind of step-by-step simple answers from someone who had done it. So if you're going to add all that together, the training you're getting inside Freedom University, it has all the ingredients you need to build a 6 or 7 figure business online. At least that's what it's done for us. And naturally, if you apply what you learn in the program, we know you'll see incredible results. So as a Freedom University member, you get us inside your business week in and week out. We're going to show you all the steps we use, the systems we use, you know, sharing our top strategies, working with you, coaching you inside your business, how to grow your network so you never run out of people to talk to, how to invite those people to take a look, how to easily convert them into customers and team members, how to develop the leadership skills you need to build that 6 or 7 figure team. And we show you how to do all of that with confidence and clarity so that you're building your business online in a way that's actually fun again, okay? And so for those of you who take action, for those of you who want to become top earners in your company, you want to walk the stage with your team again and again, for those of you who want to create that lifestyle of freedom for your family, you can get everything we talked about and more, which we're going to talk about in just a second, for $97 today, and then $17 a month. Or if you want to lock in your access to Freedom University for a full year, you can actually do that today with just one payment of $227, and you'll have unlimited access to the program for the next 12 months. So just so you know, this program, it normally sells on our website for $147 up front and $27 a month. To get access for a year is over $400. So if you were to just go buy it on our website outside of this promotion right now, that's what you would pay. But because you're on this webinar, you can get it for this special promotional price. And you're actually, this is the best part about it, we're going to grandfather you into this price for as long as you choose to remain inside the program. And we're also going to hook you up with some bonuses that you're never going to see outside of this promotion. Now, you can head on over to mlmbossbabes.com/special to get Freedom University now, and you're going to have access to all 6 of these modules we just mentioned. And actually, you do want to head over there right now and start filling out that form because we're going to have a fast action bonus. You're seeing it on your screen right now. It always goes very quickly. And I know you're going to want to take advantage of this because it's only available for the first 10 orders that come in.
Yes, for the first 10 orders that come in, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a free 90-day business plan coaching session. And here, let me explain kind of how this works. Like we showed you inside the first module of Freedom University in orientation, this module is going to walk you by the hand in setting up all the foundational pieces of your business, leading right up to creating a 90-day action plan to help you start getting results as quickly as possible. So for the first 10 orders, that come in from this webinar, once you've gone through the steps in orientation, which won't take too long at all, we're going to let you set up an appointment with us, and we will not only review all that work with you, but then we're going to help you use that information to create a custom 90-day action plan that fits your lifestyle, that fits your business goals. And like Jordan said before now, I mean, it wasn't to be mean or rude or anything like that, but to get 45 minutes on the phone with either of us, I mean, you really just had to be part of our personal team. But we're going to give this to you free for anyone in the Freedom University member if you're one of the first 10 orders that come in. So you can go over to mllbossbabes.com/special. And that's where you'll find your order form so you can take advantage of this fast action bonus.
All right, so we want to make this even more valuable for you, though. So for anyone who takes advantage of this promotion and enrolls in Freedom University during the promotional period, in addition to the special pricing, we've also put together over $1,100 of bonuses for you as well. And the first is our Ultimate Organization and Productivity Bundle. So this is going to help you learn how to block out your time each week so you always have time to work your business without sacrificing anything that's important to you, how to organize and prioritize your to-do list so you can balance your time and always know what to do in the precious time that you do have to work your business, and how to plan and pre-schedule your social media postings so you can get results without wasting time and energy.
Now, the second bonus is our dynamic custom images. And this is a step-by-step 30-minute training video that shows you exactly how to use our #1 free resource that for creating dynamic custom images to market your business on Facebook like a pro. I love this bonus. And then bonus number 3 is Facebook Marketing 101. This is a course that is 89 minutes long, and we share our personal Facebook marketing strategy to actually help you stand out on Facebook, to get your prospects' attention and authentically invite them to take a look at your products and your business. And then as a bonus within that bonus, we share the specific Facebook group strategy that we use to triple our personal sales on Facebook in 30 days. And this was without having to bug our friends and family, or even, didn't even have to pick up the phone.
Now, bonus number 4 is a powerful PDF download where we're going to show you exactly how to download your Facebook friends list so that you can easily access and organize who you've connected with, keep track of your conversations, and reach out to more people in less time.
And finally, the 5th bonus is our Magic Words to Overcoming Objections script book, which shares our proven scripts that help you overcome virtually any objection that you encounter while prospecting without feeling pushy or defensive. Altogether, these bonuses are valued at over $1,100, but we're throwing them all in for free to anyone who enrolls in Freedom University as part of the special webinar promotion.
And don't forget, for those of you who are on live, you're going to be receiving our 20-minute training video with our 3 best ways to find interested, highly targeted prospects on Facebook. You're going to get that as a bonus for being here live as soon as the webinar is over today. Now, we love driven entrepreneurs. So we're going to talk to just you right now. I know you guys, you've already tuned me out. You're not listening to us at all because you're already checking your email. You're getting the login details to access the student lounge. You're trying to get into the first module of the program, right? And we can't wait to get in there and visit with you and introduce you to all of the other Freedom U members. It's our favorite part about this. And we love this quote by Henry Ford, and it's actually been our team mantra for many years. We're excited to share this mantra with you inside of Freedom University. But it simply says, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. So today is the beginning, you guys. It's the beginning. And for those of you who join us inside the program, we promise that we are going to keep in step. We are going to work together with you. We're going to help you create the success you desire inside your business. And honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we're so happy and grateful that, to be able to take this journey with you guys. So be sure, go log into your account, request to join the Facebook group right away so that we can welcome you there as well. Now, for those of you who decide to join us, we want to help you get started quickly. We want to help you get the most out of this possible. So for anyone who enrolls before midnight tonight, we have another special bonus for you. Now, there is a saying in the industry that the fortune is in the follow-up, and it is so true. Okay, so like we talked about earlier, 80% of your enrollments are going to come between the 5th and 12th contact, okay? And yet only 10% of network marketers follow up more than 3 times. It's easy to see where the disconnect is there, and it's typically just because people don't know how to follow up, they don't know what steps should be in their follow-up, and we want to help you fix that. So for anyone who enrolls in Freedom U before midnight, when you get to module 4 and you get to the fill in the blank template that helps you create your perfect follow-up funnel, this is the 201 module, we are going to do you one better, and we're going to give you a free follow-up funnel review session where we're going to review your entire follow-up process. We're going to take a look at every one of the tools you have available, along with our favorite email and social media resources, and we're going to help you arrange them in a way that creates your perfect follow-up funnel that helps you maximize your enrollments and sign up more customers and team members while putting in a fraction of the hours and talking to less people. And the best part is we're going to give you a recording of this session so you can review it again and again and again. You can share it with your current and future team members so they can enroll more people too. And you can all be on the same page and create this massive organization that duplicates and works like a well-oiled machine. So again, this is something that no one has ever received outside of our personal team. And it's like my mom said, it's not because we're being mean. It's a very in-depth process. There's a lot of moving pieces to it. But believe me, we've had lots of people ask us and we have to turn them down every time. And honestly, though, the value here is priceless. Our follow-up funnel, the fortune has been in our follow-up funnel. It has paid us hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. And we honestly consider it the most valuable piece of our business building blueprint. And we want to give that to you too, which is why it's available to anyone who enrolls in Freedom University before midnight tonight. So head on over mlmbossbabes.com/special to enroll now.
Okay, just to recap everything that you get all the modules inside Freedom University, as well as the community and access to our monthly masterclass for the special promotional price. Remember, this would be over $400 a year if you were just to go online and buy it as a standalone. Plus you get bonuses, which are another $1,100 in value. Plus the first 10 people get a personal 45-minute, 90-day action plan coaching session. And anyone who orders before midnight will also get that personal follow-up funnel review session with both Jordan and myself, which is something we've never offered before. But because you're on this webinar, you can lock all of these bonuses and your membership in for just $97 and then $17 a month, or you could do the $227, which gets you, for the entire year. That's 12 months. And you'll actually be grandfathered into that special pricing for as long as you wish to remain inside the program. Now, we're also going to back all of this with our rock solid 30-day money-back guarantee. So if after you've gone through the entire program, you take what you learn, you implement the steps, and you don't feel like you got the value that you paid for, we'll refund your money 100% within the first 30 days.
All right, so you've hung in here with us through the entire presentation. You're still here. You're obviously looking for someone to help you cut through all the confusion and overwhelm that comes with building your business online, and to help you grow your network, to never run out of people to talk to again, and to help you invite and enroll people into your business every single week so that you can create a solid business that continues to grow and really just produce these incredible results month after month. And you obviously see the value that we've put together for you here. So what we recommend you do, pop on over to mlmbossbabes.com/special. Take advantage of what we're offering. Enroll in Freedom University at this promotional price with all these amazing bonuses and our rock solid guarantee now, because the promotion closes this Monday at 11:45 Eastern. And after that, you are never going to see it again. So take advantage of it while it's here. Now, we're going to do our best to answer some questions for you guys. And I know we've had a few come through already. I'm going to scroll back through and check those. But then be typing your questions into the chat box. These can be questions about what we covered in the webinar today. They can be questions about Freedom University. If we don't get to your questions, we're going to try to get to them all, but sometimes we just can't get to all of them. So if we don't get to your questions, feel free to contact us at support@mlmbossbabes.com or toll free at the number that's there on your screen. We're happy to visit with you and get your questions answered. But we're going to try to get to as many of them as we can right now. And then when we're done, we're going to pop over into Freedom University. We're going to make sure we approve everyone's request to access our exclusive MLM Student Lounge so that we can connect with you inside there as well. So I'm going to... I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Jordan, are you still there?
I'm here.
I hope you guys can hear me because I can't hear Jordan. Maybe it's just me. Are you still there, Jordan?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, good.
Great. For a minute, we totally lost you. Okay. We had one question earlier that was, how long did it take to see results from this? And I don't remember now who asked this question.
I believe, yeah. Go ahead and answer that. That's a good question.
No. You know, and like Jordan said, I think that, Jordan mentioned that would probably be answered as we went along. Basically, you will start, or we started to see results pretty quickly, because as long as you are making new friends and then you're, finding them, making those conversations, and then you're reaching back out, circling back and talking, the results start coming in pretty quickly. I mean, they really do. What is key is to then get the people on your team doing the same thing. And when you start getting duplication, that's where it really starts rocking and rolling. But as far as you personally getting results, it's all about being consistent with making new friends and truly having conversations, and then looking for the opportunity where it's appropriate to, introduce them or ask them if they want to take a look at your products or your business. And so it can happen really, really fast. This is not something that has to take a long time. I mean, realize
we recommend when you get really comfortable at this, and part of it just comes down to learning how to ask the right questions when you're networking, when you're talking. It's like networking with purpose, and being authentic, but still being purposeful about it. But then we recommend you reach back out to people just within like 48 hours. So it doesn't take a lot of time. It's not like you have to sit and network for months before you turn around and invite someone. It's just taking a little bit of time to be interested in them first, do that networking, ask the right questions, and then circle back a couple days later.
Yes. Okay. That was Lindsay. Great. And Lindsay, that was a great question, by the way. So really good question.
And she had another question as well. She said, I may have missed this. Can you give me an example of the language you would use for those 5 to 12 exposures? So what I would recommend is when you get the replay, go to that slide, the fill in the blank slide, where we cover all of those steps, and just take a screenshot of it so that you have it. But basically it just starts with, you tell them that the presentation is the first step. So it's like the first step is, and then you say, if I sent you the link, if I did blank, if I gave this to you, would you take a look at it? So all you're doing there is you're getting them to agree before you give them anything. If I gave it to you, would you look at it? And they say yes. And then you just say, great. Well, that presentation or that step, it's going to take you this much time, whatever that is. Maybe it's a conference call that you have them call into. Maybe it's a virtual event, whatever that step is for you. You tell them how much time it's going to take. And then you just say, when will you have a chance to take a look at it? And I love that question because so often, you're kind of left wondering, like, when do I follow up? Have they looked at it yet? I don't know. I don't want to be pushy, but I don't want to leave them hanging. So just ask, when would you have a chance to take a look at that? And they'll tell you. And so you say, great. Well, you're going to have some questions after that. So, give them a couple of times that you're available, which would be the best time for me to get back in touch and answer those questions. And that way they know you're not calling to follow up to get them to sign up, because sometimes people, they feel they don't want to set that next appointment because they think you're calling to get them in, right? Well, that's not what you're doing. You're calling to answer their questions so you can provide the next step in the process, whatever that is for you, based on their questions, based on what else they need, what other information they need. So you go from there and you say, after you do this, you'll have some questions. When can I call? And then we both always send whatever we're sending through an email instead of through Facebook Messenger. It's just one other way that you can reach out and touch them. You can give them that exposure. You can then continue to follow up with them through email as well. It just keeps things a little more organized, keeps you from getting lost. So I always just say, great, what's a good email for me to send that to? And at that point, you never have anybody balk at giving you their email because you've led them so professionally through that process. So hopefully that was helpful. And then I would go take a screenshot of that slide when you watch the replay and save that as well.
And Becca, I'm assuming you figured it out because it looks like we just got notification that you are one of our Freedom U members. Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome. That's exciting. Awesome. Very, very good. All right.
Then Callista says, I've done the Facebook 101. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's a beautiful name, by the way. I've done the Facebook 101 and watched this all. How different is the information on Freedom U from all of this, which I'm assuming you mean tonight's webinar in addition to Facebook
I think she means, from
the combination. Yeah, the combination of the two. Oh, my goodness. You know, I wish I could, I just wish there was a way to like to actually show you. I mean, it's like on steroids. I mean, there is so much, I don't mean so much as in to overwhelm you. I don't want to overwhelm you, but this is literally just a piece. It's just a little portion. I don't know. Maybe Jordan can
so basically for me, so Facebook 101 to me it's how to find those people, right? Which we kind of covered tonight. And we talk about, what you want to post on your Facebook and, to be a primetime quality content versus being an infomercial, right? We cover that in that program. And then the other things that we cover in that program are, then how to start doing those initial connections, right? So from Freedom U, we kind of take it to the next step and we help you follow through with those connections. We help you build out those follow-up funnel steps. We give you scripts for all of those steps all the way through. We give you email templates for that all the way through. And then we do the other pieces too that maybe are going to fit in different places throughout your process, as far as like how to craft a story that it doesn't hinge on your own results, how to become a professional storyteller. When you talk to the top earners in the industry, they will all tell you that what we really are is professional storytellers. And we're going to help you learn how to become a collector of stories, how to craft your own story for your business and for your product, how to meld them together, how to tell them separately, how to even start weaving in stories from other people so that you really connect with your prospects, because that's what gets them to make a decision. So we cover all of those types of things. In addition, I mean, I could just go on and on and on. The leadership portion is huge. And leadership really begins when you enroll your first person, okay? And so we really walk you through, what do you do with them in the first 24 hours? What do you do with them in the first 30 days so that they get a paycheck, so they don't quit, so you're not constantly having to bring people in faster than they're leaving, right? Because when people are making money, they don't quit. And then from there, like how to build that team culture. Our team culture, you guys, it's unreal. We kind of stumbled on it on accident. We didn't even really know what we were doing, but we've really systemized it over the years. I mean, we have strangers at convention come up to us and say, man, I wish I was on your team, the XYZ team. They know our team name and they're not even on our team. We're going to help you learn how to create that type of culture so that even people who are maybe looking at your company, but they want to be on your team. They want to work with you. Your team culture starts to build a reputation for just being this powerful, awesome group to work with, right? So those are just, there's tons more. I could talk about it for hours, but that's just kind of a rundown of how it's different, how it's just more, and how we really, probably the other thing too, my mom and I, we are in that Facebook group, you guys, I'm not going to say all day, every day, but it feels like it sometimes. Like we're in there, we're both checking it 2 or 3 times a day. Okay. And so as you have questions, the other night I sat down with a girl, she was actually live prospecting somebody on Facebook and I happened to be sitting there and she was messaging me what their conversation was. And I was able to walk her through that prospecting process and set up the presentation and say, okay, well, this is what she said. Well, then I would reply with this, So it's that one-on-one help of really coaching you and working with you as you implement and apply everything that you learn.
And Calista, that was not rude at all.
No, that was a great question.
We didn't take it as rude. We did not. That's what we like. We want the questions. Okay, Stephanie, I see your question. What if my company offers no presentation video? Do we make our own? You know what? You can, but I want to tell you what, we have had so many people tell us that, and we've been able to help them. Why don't you message Jordan or myself, or you can message us, send us an email to support@mlmbossbabes.com. Let us know what company you're with there. Do it there, just so that we keep this, clean and clear and all. So send us an email, and we will help you with that, because
we've had several people tell us that their company didn't have a presentation, and we have actually found one for them to use that their company offered that they didn't even know existed. So we've got some ideas of where to find that. We've gotten really good at that over the years. So maybe we can help you find one too. And if not, we can give you some ideas.
Yes. And that's not at all to say that you aren't being, whatever, resourceful. It's not that. It's just that that's common. I mean, we've heard that a lot. So definitely send us an email, Stephanie, and we will help you. Calista, okay, thank you. I think I'm going to do it. Or do you talk to my husband? We understand, Calista, absolutely talk to your husband about it. Okay, great, Stephanie. Any other questions? How much time would this require every day? Okay, Maria, if you're talking about actually I'm assuming you mean how much time would it take to actually go through the work in Freedom University? It's all self-paced. So that's up to you. We have people, we have people who joined earlier today, and they're already like almost through orientation. And we have people who joined earlier today and they've not done anything yet. So which is fine. I mean, and I mean that very respectfully. It doesn't matter. We have people who joined 2 weeks ago who haven't done anything yet. I mean,
very respectfully, it's totally self-paced. It's up to you.
Yes. And you just want to go through it at your own pace. There's no locked in time requirement. It's all about, how fast do you want to go.
And what's cool is you can, we do our master classes once a month, and those are live, but they're always recorded. And so you get access to those forever. Same thing with our office hours that we do every week. You can come live or you can listen to the recording, either way. And so there's no, you get access to everything as you go through it.
You guys have just had some fabulous questions. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, me too. These are awesome questions. I love it.
I do too. Anything else? We don't want to keep you, but we don't want to cut you short. So if there's a little delay. So we always kind of hesitate a minute when we ask a question and say, is there anything else? Because you hear us several seconds after we say it. Okay, Lindsay, how much time would you recommend we spend networking every day? I'm a teacher. I can't do this. Oh, you don't want to do it all day long. We say 30 minutes. I mean, literally 30 minutes. In fact, we have... We actually, inside Freedom U, we actually have, let's see, I've already lost track of who's joined who hasn't, but Lindsay, we have a video that actually walks you through how to kind of schedule your calendar and everything. But we definitely say 30 minutes on networking. And you know what? Most people do work a job, and that's really a good thing. Because it helps to, expand your network. So nothing wrong with that.
Well, and when I'm networking, a lot of times it's like I ride horses. I'll go to the barn. I might have 15 minutes while I'm waiting on something, waiting on somebody to finish using something I need to use or whatever. Or I might have 10 minutes even. Well, I might sit down and do a little bit of networking on my phone, send a couple of Facebook messages, respond to a couple. So I kind of do it a little off and on throughout the day, but never any more than 30 minutes in a day. And you can just kind of do it as you have time. That's definitely one of the pieces, because, you'll send a message and it might be hours before that person responds, or it might even be the next day. You never know. So it's just kind of a back and forth kind of thing.
Yes, $97 does include the first month. Great question, Calista. And Janet, is there a specific time of day? No, there really isn't. There are people, that's the beauty of Facebook. There are people around all the time, and you kind of want people, like Jordan just said, when you send a message or you even comment, you can comment on a post and someone will respond to that, hours later, and that's okay. Everyone's on their own timetable, so that's cool.
The other night,
she says, does it include? Yes, it does include your first month. Absolutely. So you don't pay the 17 until the next month.
Exactly. It's 30 days after.
And it's the 30 days after. Yeah, it's not month to month. It's actually, so if you choose the 97.17, does that remain 17 forever as long? Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Yep. Well, and I get this question some too. So if anyone's wondering, on the 227, like once that expires, you don't have to pay. The 97 is only one time. You don't ever have to pay that again. And same with the 227. So after the 227 is up, if you want to stay in the program, it just drops you right back down to 17 a month. There's no more, it's not like it's an annual 97 or anything like that.
No,
it's just a one time. Exactly.
No
renewal. That's the word I was looking for.
So, great questions, guys. Great questions. Anything else? That's, again, why we hesitate, because we know you don't hear us, and so we kind of sit here and go, hum, hum, hum. We want to make sure. Okay, Janet says, great. Super. Well, I tell you what, if you have any more questions, email us at support@mlmbossbabes.com, or you can call the toll-free number that's there on the screen. Just make note of that, or take a picture of it so you have it. Now, that toll-free number, it's just a place to leave a message, but we just figure that makes it convenient for people who, they want a phone call. So if you leave us a message and give us your phone number, we'll give you a call back. And that way, we know that you need to talk to us, and we can take care of that. And we make that available too for anyone who is a Freedom U member. If you have any, support issues, you can get in touch with us that way as well. So thank you so much. We appreciate you guys taking your time this evening to be with us. We really do.
Absolutely. All right. So have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, like Kathy said, reach back out. We're always happy to answer them. And those of you who have already joined, I see those Facebook group requests coming through. We will go get those approved right now, and we will go and get you guys introduced to everybody. Thanks, Lindsay. I'm glad that was helpful. Thank you guys for hanging around. We appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.